Let's go, yeah. All out of state, so they never seen that. Ain't fat, Joe, and snap your fingers, then you lean back. All out of state, so they never seen that. Ain't fat, Joe, and snap your fingers, then you lean back.
Bula, and welcome back to Viti Vibes, the show where inspired youth inspire youth. I'm your host, Shannon Permal. We want our viewers to know that your involvement is highly encouraged, so please keep the comments and suggestions and feedback coming, so we can make future episodes even better. Not only this, but as a youth-led show, we want our viewers to know that opportunities for Fijian youth to be a part of our show and on our team is available. Stay tuned to the end of the show to find out how. With that being said, I would now like to hand it off to Ashna Kumar to talk more about a unique employment opportunity that is available to youth aged 15 to 30 in Canada.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashna Kumar and I'm a career coach with Douglas College Training Group, and I'm here to share some exciting information about an upcoming paid youth employment program called SEED. Our SEED Youth Employment Program is for individuals who are looking to gain employment, gain tools, gain skills, for individuals between the ages of 15 and 30. And this is a 6-week paid online training program with me, yours truly, Ashna Kumar. And once you are completed the 6 weeks, we do support you in work placement to gain that, again, that long-term employment skills. And so if you know this is the program for you, you have been an individual struggling to find employment, you are hungry to find full-time employment, please reach out to us at seedyouth@douglascollege.ca, or feel free to give me a call if you have any questions at 604-218-0768. The program does start May 31st, and as mentioned, it is all online, so you don't even have to leave your house for the 6 weeks to attend the training, as long as you're able to commit to the program, which will run from Monday to Friday, 9 to 3. Any more information? Give me a call, send me an email, and I'll get back to you right away. We're holding information sessions for anyone else who is interested to gain more information about the program on Tuesdays and Thursdays via Zoom at 10 a.m. So again, if you have any questions, definitely send us an email or give us a call, and we will send you the link to join us on Tuesday and Thursday. And hopefully we could provide you with more information to kickstart your journey. And the main question we get is, what's the catch? There is no catch. Just be hungry for employment and you're looking for support. Give us a call. We are here for you. Again, thank you so much. I hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you, Ashna. Up next, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our special guest for this episode, Nathan Chen. Nathan came into our studio this week and shared his own personal entrepreneurial experiences, as well as some valuable business advice for other young youth wanting to start their own businesses. So please have a look. Hello and welcome back to Viti Vibes. I'm your host, Shannon Permal. This is the show where inspired youth inspire youth. Today in our studio we have a special guest, and his name is Nathan Chen. So welcome, Nathan, to our show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
Very good. And yourself?
I'm doing great, yeah.
Very good.
I'm very excited to talk to you. You're one of the few people that I was really excited to have on the show, because I think you have so much experience and knowledge to share with our viewers. So I'm really excited to have you here today.
Thank you.
So I'll let you start off by telling the viewers a little bit more about yourself.
My name is Nathan Chand. I'm 26. I'll be 27 in 2 weeks. I work a full-time job, 4 days a week, 10 hours a day, and I also run this shop on the side. And you're going to hear it here first that we're opening our second location in Port Moody, so that'll be coming up very soon. So I'll have a full-time job and then 2 businesses.
That's awesome.
So it'll be something different.
Yeah. So Nathan here is actually the owner of Bula Lounge. Its first location is actually located in Burnaby, BC, Canada. And now you're opening a second location, which is super exciting.
Yeah.
So how long have you been a business person for?
You know what? To be honest with you, since I was young, I was into this field. Like I first started off and I saw all my older cousins, you know, having nice clothes, nice watches, and I was like, you know what, one day I want to be like that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But to work a full-time job to get there, it's really tough, you know? My goal was to become a police officer. A lot of people don't realize that. And I'm still in that field, right? And I potentially will still reach that goal. I just don't know when, but one day I will. But when I was young, I started off selling hats, doing some weird stuff. Like I told my dad, hey, can I borrow $1,000? And he's like, for what? I'm like, I want to order some hats from China and sell them to kids at school. He's like, why? I'm like, well, there's a new song that came out from Tyga called Snap Back to Back. Probably past your time, but everyone was wearing snapbacks.
Yeah.
And in Lids, that hat was $40 plus tax. I'm like, you know what? If I order from China, it's $2 a hat.
Yeah.
So I ordered it for $2, went to school, sold it for $20. Eventually, as time went on, all around Surrey, Richmond, I had different kids in different schools selling the hats for me. So I would sell it to them for $10. They'd buy a minimum of 10 and give my $100 and then sell it whatever they want. So I was kind of like a drug dealer for hats when you think about it in that way, you know?
Yeah,
that's how I started making money and thinking, whoa. You know, like when I was, in grade 11, I was able to go buy a Versace watch. At that time, that was a big thing, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So as time went on, I just realized that this is what I want to do, you know? I don't want to work for anyone else. It's nice to have a government job, which I do have, with a benefit, pension. It's a backup plan, but my goal is to run my own thing, you know?
Yeah, multiple streams of income is very, the thing now. Because you can't really survive out here without thinking, like, oh, what other ways are you going to be able to make money come in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's really, actually crazy. I didn't know that that's how it started off.
Yeah, not many people, I don't really tell people unless they ask, you know? And then now I'm doing crypto as well, so I have, 5 different streams of income. So it's something, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So your business, Bula Lounge.
Yeah.
So it's here in the Lower Mainland, and there's such a diverse population. There is a Fijian community, obviously, here, but your business attracts a lot of the diverse population. So I want to ask first, how did you come up with the idea, like the concept of Bula Lounge? Like, what's the whole story behind that?
So I'm very proud to be Fijian. You know what? I played in the Fiji Soccer League. In the rugby, when the Rugby 7 comes, I buy 200 tickets a year. I don't buy it to make money. I buy it to make sure all the Fijians come together. We sit in the center, cheer and laugh, without anyone taking your seats, because as you know, reserved is, right? But I'm very proud to be Fijian. So the word Bula it's just a word that every Fijian knows, you know? So I want people to be educated about Fiji. So when you go to Fiji and you get off the plane, you hear the word Bula, you're like, hey, I've heard that.
Yeah.
But you already know what it means from our lounge. You know, so I was very proud. My parents are very proud to be Fijian. So I wanted to open a shop. I knew I wanted to open that shop. Right, the way that it happened, I'll tell you that after. But I didn't know what to name it. And I thought about it. We're Fijian. I have all Fijian tattoos. On my back, when I was 15, I got tattooed Fijian without my mom and dad knowing. Because I went to Mexico with my parents. Everyone thought I was Mexican. Here in Seattle, everyone thought I was black. You know, so I was like, you know, I need you to know I am Fijian.
Mark it on you forever.
Stuck now, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that's how the name came about. I'm like, okay, the first word that comes to mind when you think of Fiji is Bula. So I'm like, Bula Lounge.
That's very smart, actually. Yeah, because not only like Fijian people, we know that obviously, right? But even like tourists, like people that aren't Fijian, that's the first thing, like you said, that's what they hear, that's what they know. That's like literally like the source of the first introduction to the language. What are you gonna learn? Hello, how are you, right? So yeah, that's crazy. So how long ago did you establish this business?
So people are saying to me, you should be so proud of yourself that you reached your dreams, your goals. This is, you know, I was like, this wasn't my dream. This wasn't something that I was like, oh, well, I'm going to be a hookah lounge owner. Yeah. You know, my dream was to be successful, you know, start something for my family, in the future have everyone set. You know, so I have a full-time job. I am making money. I am doing well. But I wanted to do something where, you know, I could just take a risk and see what happens. So it was an interesting concept how it came around.
That's crazy. So basically, now that we know a little bit more about your background with the business, of course, I know that a lot of young people are looking at this interview and they want to know more about, like, how are they going to get started in a business? Because I know you have made it so that your business is impactful and profitable. So a lot of people want to know.
Well, you know what? First of all, I was very lucky to have good parents.
That's
you know, they taught me a lot of things. At 19 years old, I was able to get a credit card. You know, and the main thing in this business mentality is to get good credit, have good credit, pay your bills. You know what? When I was young, I didn't go buy a car like all my friends did. I had a little bit of money, but I didn't go buy all that stuff. I used my credit card, paid my bills on time, got everything, and then you know what? To be honest with you, you need to have money to make money, right? And you have to take a risk. When I first got this shop, I was actually a customer there. It was a different hookah lounge. I was a customer.
Okay.
It was called Bliss, yeah. So I was a customer. I was doing photography, another side job that I found at another hookah lounge. And the other hookah lounge owner was very rude and disrespectful. He never ended up paying me for the work that I did.
Oh.
So I got mad and I went with my girlfriend and I said, hey, let's go to this other lounge and let's take the stress out of smoke. And the best thing is that I never smoked. I never smoked marijuana. I never smoked cigarettes because I was studying to become police. I just happened to say, you know what, I'm stressed and let's just go. And it just happened. So I was speaking to the owner and the opportunity came around and I was like, hey, it's Friday night, 10:30 p.m. There's nobody here. Like, how do you make money, man? Like, just sell it to me, and I'm gonna make this the greatest place ever. He's like, okay, how much? I'm like, whoa, bro, chill. I'm just a photographer, man. I can't afford this. He's like, go to the bank. You work a good job. I'm like, yeah. Go to the bank, ask for a business loan. I'm like, okay, but I won't get a business loan for that much money.
Yeah.
He's like, go to the bank, ask for a business loan, see what they give you. I'm like, well, to be honest with you, I'm not paying you $500,000 for this place. As a joke, I'm just still joking. I thought it was a fun conversation. I'm like, 100,000. I do not have 100,000. As much as people want to say, I do not. I didn't have even 5,000 at that time. So I was like, he's like, okay, go to the bank. Let's see. I'm like, holy smokes! I go home and wake my mom and dad. I'm like, hey, this guy's still here. They're like, go back to sleep, man. So then eventually I went to the bank and I got approved for a little bit. But I also had my parents who helped me quite a bit, right?
Yeah, that's always wonderful. Like, that's why I try and stress. Like, no matter whether it's starting your own business, whether you want to pursue like a musical career or like a different type of career, like if you have your parents' support, that literally goes like such a far length. Like, it goes, honestly, you give an inch, go a mile with it, And like a parent's support, honestly, goes a long way.
What people need to understand though is that at this age, I'm 26.
Yeah.
I really appreciate my parents. When I was young, I would argue with them. I want to go here. I want to go here. I want to buy this. They didn't, But as you get older, you start to realize without your parents, you're not going to survive. I went through a lot of things in my life, and I dealt with a lot of things. Different people were in my life, but my mom and dad have been there from the start. My mom, dad, my sister, right?
Yeah.
I made some big mistakes, I got in some big trouble, and they came and saved me. I went through different, friends, different girls and everything, and I still have those two, So respect your parents. Understand that they're there to help you. They might get mad at you, but when you screw up, they're the one who's going to help you,
It's always nice to have their back, them have your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So anyways, I want to ask, so with a young person starting their business, basically, what do you think is one of the hardest things for a business owner that a lot of people don't understand? Because I know a lot of people think it's probably easy, I'm going to start my own business, this and that. But then when you're young, it seems easy, right? But when you're working at it, it's not as easy as you think it is.
It could be one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, And for me, I was very good with promotion. Before the shop opened, I promoted it 3 months in advance. People are wondering, what is this Bula Lounge? I went on your page, and I started liking your pictures, and you must have been wondering, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
And then you clicked on it, Bula Lounge. I'm Fijian, I'm going to support it.
Absolutely.
It was a mind game. To be honest with you, in a business, it's very tough. The payroll, now I have, 7 staff members to deal with the payroll. Dealing with the customers is very hard. But to start your own business, in general, it's hard. If you do not put 100% in, you will not succeed.
Yeah.
It's not my dream, it's not my passion, but my passion was to be successful. So I'm trying very hard to do that, So it is tough.
Yeah.
It depends on what business you want to run.
Everything has its own different
to
path.
have a storefront is very tough.
Yeah, for sure. So I know you mentioned too that you have a team with you now.
Yeah.
You started off on your own building this business, but now you have a large team.
Yeah.
So obviously it's really important to pick the right people for your team. So how do you know who to choose? What do you look for?
When I first started this business, nobody believed in me. I said, hey, I'm opening this Bula Lounge. This is the concept. This is what I'm going to do. And everything is going to be crazy, But nobody believed in me. So I just did it. And, I had Shito there to help me from the start with all the payroll, all the computer work, everything. But you're right. I picked the right team. How did I? I have no idea. You know, it's just the right people. You sense them. You know what? Without this team today, I would not be sitting here. I would not be where I am.
Yeah.
Like Fatan, Will, Ali, Khan, all these guys from the start. I had a team from the start, and throughout the time, it changed. But if it wasn't for everybody, I wouldn't be here. You know, so you need to pick the right team. You can't do it by yourself. And sometimes your ego comes in. You know, like for me, when I first started, I was calm. I was quiet. Now I kind of think I'm a big shot. You know, at one point it hit me that I'm a big shot. I can, you know, but you can't think like that. You know, no matter what you want to be humble. But it will hit you that, you know, holy smokes, you got the top place or whatever. But you can't think like that. You know, like now my mind has changed. I'm like I'm back to normal. The shop has been closed for COVID. Not a single text has come. You know, nobody's asking, hey Nathan, how are you? Where you are? But when the shop's open, hey bro, hey, you're my cousin, hey, you know, like
everyone wants to know you.
I found cousins that I never knew of.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just interesting. But without the team, it's not possible.
Honestly, yeah, it goes a long way as well. So basically, my next question, you mentioned in your intro that you're actually a transit security officer. So you have a full-time job aside from this business. So I want to ask, how do you manage the workload of both of these jobs?
It's very tough. I start at 5:30 in the morning. I finish at 2:30 p.m. I go home, I nap or do whatever. If I have to buy cheesecake or Fago or whatever, I go and do it, and I come to shop at 6. 4 days a week, it's very tough. But like I said, if I didn't have the team, I wouldn't have been doing this. You know, Sheetal helped me so much through everything, you know, and then Fatan and Will, when I had nobody, like, you know, some stuff happened and I had nobody there at the shop, Fatan is one of my guys. Like, and you know him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my guys. From the start, he's been there. You know, he said, I don't want pay, I'm here to help, you know, like, so I'm helping all these guys. Each staff member has now learned to make crypto and learn Bitcoin.
That's great.
You know, so they have their job. They come and sit, we relax, we eat, we, you know, we enjoy. We're not friends, we're family now, right? So, yeah, there's a lot of things to it. Not enough time to talk about that.
Wow, that's crazy. So I know, like, obviously with all that, there's also this mentality that to be a business person or an entrepreneur, a lot of kids think that it takes having to go to, like, post-secondary and getting, like, 10 different degrees, 10 different certifications. I'm not saying education is not needed or necessary. Education's always top-notch, but there's that kind of, like, stigma that you have to have these certifications in order to start your business. And I just want to ask you, like, what's your experience on that?
Do you know the answer?
I want you to let the viewers know, because I don't want to miss.
Sometimes I'm not too proud of it, but I didn't graduate high school. I didn't finish Math 11. I didn't go to, you know, I didn't get that certificate and say, hey, you graduated. For the first 2 years, I got that fake one where you cross the stage.
Yeah.
I gave it to my mom and dad. They're like, so where's the real one? I'm like, it's coming, it's delayed. But I didn't finish high school. No matter what anyone says, I Google, I read, you know, articles. People are looking at Instagram, what Kim Kardashian's doing. I'm looking at how to make money. You know, I don't believe that school is everything, but it is very important, you know. If I didn't have that full-time job, I would have had to go study. Yeah. You know, and as much as you want to say, everything in life is connections.
Honestly.
Who you know, what you know.
Yeah.
What you know doesn't matter versus who you know. You know, you can be an all-A student, have a degree, but if you can't get a job and you don't have somebody to help you, what's the point? You know, but study. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. You know, study hard because it's gonna help you one day. You know, it's a different time. In my time when I was coming up, we didn't really need school that much. Now everything is school. Yeah,
school is super important, but I think the thing is, like, for those people that, like, because school's not for everybody. Yeah. Honestly, because even as me as a student right now, it's really hard to try and figure out what you're going to do in 5 years' time, once you get that degree, what jobs are going to be available and all that. But it's like, if you want to start your own business, you don't necessarily need that kind of certification. You can do your own research, you could teach yourself, and you can connect with other people, because it's, like you said, it's who you know as well, who you get the knowledge from, right?
But so, like I said to you earlier, is that hookah wasn't my passion.
Exactly.
Remember, so I learned everything. I went on YouTube and Google and Facebook, and I just learned what TikTok is, like, last month, you know, and I learned how to make that hookah. I learned to make it the best. People are wondering, that hookah that I have, where is it from? I'm like, I did research, you know. It's not like I went to school to learn this. Yeah. It's something, I needed money, I wanted money, so I studied.
Exactly, yeah. You got to look for it to be able to find it. Yeah, for sure. So we're just about to run out of time for our interview. So I want to leave the floor open to you. Do you have any advice, any message that you want to leave with the viewers here today?
Mm-hmm. So you know what? Everybody wants to start a business. Everyone sees Nathan, Bula Lounge, he's doing so good. Nobody realizes how hard it was. Mm-hmm. From the start, we were there 24 hours, literally, not even 48 hours we slept at the shop to make the floor, to get everything, because we announced opening day, mm-hmm. February 28th. We had nothing. February 28th, we received the hookahs, we received everything.
Oh, wow.
We're like, holy smokes. And when we opened the door, there was a lineup. We're like, oh my gosh. So it's not easy, but as long as you find the right team, you respect your parents, they'll believe in you. Mm-hmm. I went to my parents, I wrote a plan, 30-page plan. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to make money. This is how I'm going to do this. If you believe in me, we're gonna take it. So now, 1 year later, they haven't said they're proud yet, but I feel like they are, because I'm in the Fiji Sun now article in Fiji. Mm-hmm. Fiji Times is writing an article. Yeah. Burnaby Now wrote an article. It's getting big. People from New Zealand, Australia are calling our phone asking us, hey, where are you located?
Yeah.
It's becoming big.
Yeah.
It's coming there, But I want to realize that you need a team, and it's not going to be hard. Respect your parents is number one. And you know what? When you get to the top, don't forget the people that were at the bottom.
Absolutely.
Don't forget where you started, because that's something that happened to me. I got disrespected. I used to be a bouncer. I got disrespected. To this day, I will never forget those people that have disrespected me. If you come to my shop, I will disrespect you right back, because I will never forget that. Mm-hmm. So don't disrespect others, because people don't forget. Mm-hmm. When you get to the top, or while you're getting to the top, don't forget the people that helped you. Mm-hmm. You know what? Your relationships, your friendships, don't neglect them. As much as you want to be great and do your business, there's some people that were there for you. You should give them that love and support mm-hmm. as well, So that's pretty much it.
Wow, that's some really great advice that you gave us, especially the young viewers, seeing that you're successful. I'd say successful
I'm all right.
business person.
I'm all right.
Yeah, well, you started yourself, and to put Fijians on the map now, so because people are now knowing, what's Bula Lounge? Like you said, everyone's curious about it. They want to know what it is. And we were talking earlier that now, there's an older demographic trying to figure out, what is this place and everything, right? So yeah, thank you so much for coming on to our show. I hope that the viewers were able to get some knowledge, insight, because this was very helpful, and I learned a lot too about you and your business as well. So I hope this really helped the viewers as well. Thank you so much for coming.
No problem. And if anyone has any questions or anything, Bula Lounge, you can DM me or email me. I can help.
Yeah. So do you want to shout out your socials?
Yeah. For Instagram, our Instagram is Bula Hookah Lounge. If you want to go to my personal, you can do my personal. It's crypto.nate, KRYPTO.NATEE.
All right.
So if you got any questions or anything, let me know. Hopefully one day I can sit there and interview you, because I heard a lot about you doing some big things. So.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for coming. You're always welcome here, and thank you for tuning in to Viti Vibes. We'll be right back after this. Hi everyone, welcome to Mental Mindset. I'm Tasha Chen, a neuropsychology student and mental health advocate, here to talk to you today about anxiety and to discuss normal anxiety versus anxiety disorders. Now, first, what is anxiety? Well, essentially, anxiety is the feeling of worry or fear. The amygdala and hippocampus are the two main parts in the brain that play a role in anxiety. Now, everyone has or will experience anxiety at some point in their life. It's normal to go through anxiety in a stressful, traumatic, or important situation. Taking exams is actually one of the most common times an individual experiences anxiety. And as much as anxiety stems from our mind, it very much can have physical effects, such as stomach aches, headaches, and an increase in heart rate. In some cases, people also experience an anxiety attack. Now, an anxiety attack happens when that individual is very overwhelmed by the situation, by what's going on, and their emotions and thoughts and feelings.
So their anxiety levels start to increase. It gets harder and harder to breathe and to control your emotions and your thoughts. It feels like the room is closing in on you, and in that very moment, it feels like my body is shutting down, game over. So what's happening is you're freaking out from freaking out, essentially. And it's this cycle that's going to continue to happen until you recognize your triggers and how to control them. On the other hand, there's anxiety disorders. Now, this is when that anxious feeling, it doesn't go away after a little bit. And generalized anxiety disorder, being one of them, is classified as constant and persistent anxiety over everyday routines. Now, some coping mechanisms for more mild cases of anxiety include journaling. Journaling is a great way to lay down your thoughts, your feelings, but also your triggers, to identify your triggers.
Thank you, Nathan, for joining me this week. That wraps up our show for today, but I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did bringing it to you. Remember that this is your show too, so please feel free to let us know of any feedback, comments, and suggestions you may have. Not only that, but if you or anyone you know would like to be on our show, then please give us a call at 778-709-2853 or email vitivibestv@gmail.com. If you have any events or information that targets or invites Fijian youth, then please feel free to let us know about that as well. We'd be more than happy to share it with our audience. For sponsorship inquiries, you could also call or email us. Remember that you can catch our show every Thursday at 10 p.m. and the reruns on Sundays at 4:30 p.m., which is right after our other show, Fiji in Focus. Be sure to like and follow our Instagram and Facebook page, which is at Viti Vibes TV. I look forward to having you all tune in next week. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. I'm your host, Shannon Vermal, signing off. Vinaka.
Let's go, yeah. All out of state, so the day they never seen that. Ain't fat, Joe, and snap your fingers, then you lean back. All out of state, so the day they never seen that. Ain't fat, Joe, and snap your fingers,